Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay. So I think we're,
Good. All right. Good morning, Fred. How are you?
I am. Well, Marie Claire, good to see you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So my name is Mary Clary Bay. I am the director of the French American Chamber of Commerce of the Carolinas. And today we're going to interview Fred Hutchison of Fred Hutchison Law. So Fred, could you introduce yourself, please?
Sure, happy to. I'm a lawyer. I've got a boutique business firm with my partners. We
Mm-hmm.
started the firm 96, so we're quite a few years ago anyway, 24 years ago. Um, the firm is focused on emerging companies. Generally, that's tech companies and life science, pharma, biotech, medical device, healthcare, IT, analytic. We do a lot of work, particularly in financing. We probably do 45 to 75 financing for clients each year. But our goal is to get these companies up and going, help them grow, and then at the end of the day, they get sold to someone else, and maybe the founders start a new company.
Wonderful. So I think you've already, do you want to tell me more about your company? What is your, maybe we could talk about how you could help French companies or
Sure.
foreign companies come to the area?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, we have a pretty broad reach. We've got clients in about 35 of the 50 states in the United States, and we represent companies in about 25 different foreign countries that do want to come into the U.S. because of the large size of the market. So we can certainly work with French companies. We're often involved in setting up a U.S. subsidiary for the operations in the U.S. and then helping the company with real estate matters, employment matters, immigration matters, trade and tariff matters. We're always happy to connect them to accounting services. Accountants are used to working with foreign companies. Folks that can help them on recruiting. Sometimes they just need someone to help them with a bookkeeping service. We can connect them there. Permitting, you name it. I mean, I think our job is, if we can't do it, we know people that can do it for the company and help them get established as easily as possible in the United States. Yeah.
Do you have a success story maybe to share about a company that you helped?
Well, I'm working, I don't know if I can use his name. I'm actually working with a French entrepreneur that actually started his company here. He's just referred me to another French entrepreneur that's here. Both are in tech companies. Both started their companies in the US rather than moving them here. Both have been very successful, and we're giving them advice now as they grow on matters like, manufacturing contracts, distribution agreements, how to share equity with their employees, how to protect their intellectual property, all those issues. So yeah, that's, we love working with the companies that come in and want to find a place in the United States, and North Carolina is a great spot. We're about, middle of the East Coast of the United States. We're within 500 miles of half the population of the U.S. We've got a very favorable business climate. Our corporate tax rate for states that have tax rates were the lowest in the United States. We've got very favorable employment laws. So this is a great place to get a foothold in the United States and grow and expand and sell your products and services in the U.S.
You sell the region well, and we know at the Chamber also that this is a great region to be. So we like to partner with you to help the companies come here. So how have you adapted to COVID?
Well, most of the office is remote right now. We were, the lawyers were used to being remote because they work at night on weekends, but getting the staff there turned out to be fairly easy. So we're doing a lot of Zoom calls with other lawyers and with our clients. We've not been in any hurry to get back in just because this has worked so well. And technology is everything. And I think it's interesting. We're looking, our lease terminates this coming June, and we're now thinking, well, do we really need all this space if people want to work from home a couple of days a week?
Sure.
So we're trying to reevaluate what our needs are. But technology is everything. It's made all the difference, and it's been very smooth for us. We were expecting a dip in business, but we're finding clients are busier than ever. They're raising money. If anything, maybe the merger and acquisition markets died down a little bit, but there's still a lot of activity there. And so the good news from the clients we represent, the sectors we're in, we see a lot of activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wonderful. So could you share maybe 5 things you learned from COVID?
Oh, 5 things.
You've already shared a few, but maybe.
No. Well, I think it's, my view is in the past, we did a lot of phone calls with clients and they were just audio calls. I think it's more important than ever to be face-to-face with the clients.
Mm-hmm.
You just see a lot in people's
Mm-hmm.
faces and their body gestures and whatever. And so I think that's important. We found it's more and more important to connect with our staff, make sure they're doing well. I think people have, COVID has had different effects on them. And so we're trying to be more attentive to the needs of our staff and make sure we're listening to them and we're helping them, to the extent they need better technology. They need 2 screens at home instead of 1. They need a higher speed internet connection, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
We're listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing I've learned is family is more important than ever. I've got a new granddaughter on the West Coast.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's 2 months old and we're eager to go see her, but we also know it's probably not good for them or for us to be traveling now. And we'll get there eventually, but we do a lot of Zoom
The
calls.
zoo.
Her name is Florence. And so
Florence.
we see a lot of Florence on Zoom calls. But
Well, that's great. Great. Congratulations.
yeah, we're pleased, but eager to get out there, but I'm not sure. It probably will be after we both get vaccinated
Sure.
before we feel like we can get on a plane and travel to the West Coast. I did think about, should we rent a recreational vehicle, an RV, and make it a vacation? It'd probably take 5 days to drive across the country.
Sure.
But
Sure.
my wife convinced me. She said, that's probably more dangerous than flying. So anyway, we're here and we're relying on Zoom calls. But
Okay.
the other thing I found is just there's so many creative people. We've got more clients doing a lot of things related to COVID, from therapeutics to
Mm-hmm.
equipment, to hand sanitizers, to you name it. And so I'm convinced that both here and worldwide, there are a lot of bright people, and we won't get it immediately, but this is not the last time we're going to have some sort of virus pandemic, and we got to be ready for it. And I think people have learned that, but I'm amazed how quickly we've seen some of our clients turn on the dime and focus on this area in particular. And we've got a few that are in there trying to get emergency use authorization from the FDA, which is swamped right now. But yeah, so a lot of lessons to be learned. And if anything, it makes you appreciate more than ever the good clients we've had over the years. And it's great to see them doing well, holding their own, and in some cases, really growing. Like we've got one client, Spoonflower, and Spoonflower makes on-demand, customized, designed fabric for people. And, they appeal to the do-it-yourselfer, and their business has just boomed during this time.
With the masks,
Things
yes.
they can do at home, or they want to make masks or whatever. So there are a few companies that are just doing really well and thriving. It's a tough time for everyone. In North Carolina, I'm thankful we've got a governor that's been pretty conservative on opening the economy back up and has emphasized everyone wearing masks. I think that's the only way we get back to a full economy. So we'll see. I think it's tough on everyone, but I think we've got to make some sacrifices now for the future.
Great. Well, thank you very much for explaining what you're doing. It's a very exciting business you're in because you're facilitating a lot of biotechs and people are working in the around COVID with the masks and the fabrics and the biotech. So, well, thank you very much, Fred. And it was good to talk to you.
Very clear. Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank you
good to
very
be on
much.
with you this morning. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.